Hi parents, this is going to be the first of many math videos. So what I'm going to attempt to do is just show you something briefly that has been taught in class, but maybe that you are a little confused about when your child brings some homework home, or for you to show your child when they get home, just to remember some of the concepts that were learned in class. So Math in Focus is a program that is fundamentally based on the concept of number bonds. And it's the idea that one number, like the number 10, can be made by forming many numbers together, whether it's 1 plus 9 or 2 plus 8, or we can keep going, 3 plus 7. So the students at first work with these tens blocks in groups of tens, and they kind of take the numbers apart and realize that they always have 10 together, but the grouping can always be different, realizing that two parts make a whole. So in a number bond, what the students are familiar with are three circles that look like this. This is the whole, and it's made up of two parts. For example, if the whole of a number is 10, then they kind of look at squares, and today what we did is we kind of took these apart, and I said just put them in any order. So some kids had 4 and then had 6, and they would write their parts here. And then they knew that 4 plus 6 make 10. And then other things, so then we would erase, and I would say do it again. So some kids would go and take 2 apart and then 8, and they would write 2 and 8 in the parts section, so they understood that 2 and 8 also make 10. So the goal is to understand number pairs and relationships, and with number bonds, that two numbers, two parts joined together can make a whole. Also, another way to look at it is sometimes the student will see a problem like this, where they're given the whole and they have a part, and they need to figure out what is the missing number. What's the missing part to create this whole? Some students understand that if you take 2 away from 10, 8 is left. But what we're working on is understanding that if I see 10 as my whole part and I see a 2, I know 8 is its partner. That's our end goal. That's not where the student should be right now. A good thing to do at home is, I have these tens blocks, and if you ever want me to send these home with your child, I'd be happy to do that. If not, just get 10 of any item, whether it's pennies or paper clips. And what I always do with the students is, if I'm working with 10 as my whole, I'll put a group of 10 items right up top. If they see 2 in the part section, I tell them, bring 2 out and put them in here. So maybe bring 2 of the pennies out. To find the answer here, all your child needs to do is count what's left, what's remaining. So if they were to pull 2 pennies out and put it in the part, they would see that they would have 8 pennies remaining. Therefore, 8 and 2 are parts of 10. So that's a good skill. Tonight's homework, they're just matching, they're making numbers, and they're matching how to make 8. So they have like a pot that has 2, and I'll show you that. Right here, the pot has a number on it. They're just finding which number that 2 can be paired up with to form 8, and so on. And they do the same on the bottom. What we're focusing on now is just number relationships. So I really hope that helps. Again, you can even do things with your child at home where you give them 6 pennies, and you can say, tell me how many numbers together can make 6. So if you had 6 objects, whether it's Legos, anything that's the same, 6 of any object, even if you had some fruit at home or fruit snacks, you can have them eat it when they're done. They're going to take it apart, and you can have them kind of put it, let me even show you here. You can have them put it on a surface, and they can say that manipulating these items around, you could say, oh, I'm sorry. Let me just flip this around. I'm sorry. All right. So you can see that 3 plus 3 will give you 6. They could also see that 4 plus 2 will give them 6. And that kind of idea there. I'm sorry, I'm having camera issues, so it's not working. Hopefully, you'll understand that that's the concepts we're teaching. Everything in Math in Focus is based off of these number bonds, understanding numbers, and the relationship between numbers. So if your child is struggling, play this video for them, or you can play it and then kind of play some of these games at home with just some objects around your house. If you have any questions, please feel free to email me. But I will be making more videos as I go, not just for math, but for every subject that's taught here, just to reinforce it for you all and then for them to kind of play it at home as well. Talk to you soon. Have a great night.